Good morning from a park up we've used before. If you think back to some of our older videos on Skye, this early, just been watching all the fishermen go out, but now we're going to head off south of the island first and go exploring.
Good morning.
You all in your Nordic jumper. You're like fishermen's friends.
I am. I was inspired this morning.
Yeah. Some 8 years ago, we first ventured onto the Isle of Skye, and from that time onwards, we fell in love with the island and the folks that we met here. Since then, we've crisscrossed our way all around Scotland, from the borders to the east coast to Cairngorms, and have completed the NC 500, of which we changed to the NC 1000. Preferring to venture further off of the prescribed route. So we're going to continue to visit some places that we've been to before, and also one of our subscribers has asked if we'd like to meet up for a brew, and of course we said yes. But first we're going to spend a few days bimbling around, and when it comes to photography, well, in our opinion, you'll be hard pushed to find somewhere that can rival the magnificent Isle of Skye. A good morning to you, a better good morning to you. So we're at Dunscaith Castle. We've been here before, and we loved it for the history of the old castle, and also it's a great photo. Possibly not so much today. We're still going to get the photography gear out. It's drizzling, but we're in no rush, so we're just going to pop around this area. Last time we came here, we parked up in a not too dissimilar place to where we are now, and it was a beautiful night's sleep as well. A great location, often ignored, as we were on the south, I suppose southwest part of the island. Last time we were joined with a few sheep, but this time there's cowpats everywhere and a big herd of cattle. So we've got to watch where we stand, but yeah, we're just going to take it easy today. And I'm not too sure whether I'll be able to put any drone footage up. You can hardly tell that it's a castle anymore, but yeah, still a stunning location. So believe it or not, just in the background there are the Cullens, the mountain range of the Cullens. Whether we get to see them today is another question. But I'm just loving being out and taking photographs anyway. It's lovely. It's hard for the composition here, to be fair, because there's nothing really in the foreground. We've got the rocks to this side here, and then obviously the castle in the background over there. But there's nothing to balance the picture over this side. So if we had a couple of big boulders, you know, maybe sitting down in front of the water edge here, then it had balance to that side of the photo. So it's all happening on the right. However, if the Cullens come into play, and if we get them mountains, then it will help balance the picture. It will help make the picture more even. So the other way to do it is put the castle right out onto this edge, so over here, and then take a long picture that way. But yeah, absolutely gorgeous morning. the sun's threatening to break through. I can see tiny pockets of blue sky, and yeah, it's just a waiting game. Just a waiting game.
Skye Castle, or Dunscaith, as we so eloquently mispronounce throughout our many trips here, was the original seat of the MacDonalds in Skye. It is situated on an isolated rock overlooking Loch Short and dating back to the 1300s. There is little remaining of the inner walls, but you can still make it over the bridge, up the stairs and across part of the remaining curtain wall. And the view from the top is fabulous. No matter the history or the state of the walls, this is a place we love to come and photograph, not just for the castle, but for the surrounding beautiful landscapes, which on this occasion were covered in low cloud. Feeling under the weather, I let Tony explore, whilst I took a more leisurely approach to the day, meaning that I could greet you with a smile. Good morning. So we moved on and we've come to this beautiful bay, and we've actually been here before a few years back now, and it was just as peaceful and stunning then as it is now. However, this morning there's a lot of cow pat about, but we were privileged enough to watch the local farmers feeding the cattle and had a lovely chat with them. So yeah, that was a lovely start to the morning, just talking to some of the locals, talking about the cattle. They're only a very, very small cattle breeder, but they love what they do. And this is the perfect place. I mean, they talk about free range, so they're actually behind us at the moment munching on some hay, but they were all down here earlier. And there's some feeders further back that way, and they were putting nuts and things in there for them. So the cattle were enjoying themselves, as were we, watching everything. Tony's in the background there. He's already started taking some photos. I've taken some from up here. It was very, very cloudy this morning, but it's clearing and it's patchy, which is giving us a bit of colour and a bit of texture in the sky. So let's see what today holds.
So back in the van for a little warm up. It's quite chilly down there. It's probably about 3 degrees today, so a bit milder than what it's been lately. It's been down to -1, -2. But yeah, you can see in the background now that the clouds are just starting to clear. But I don't think we're going to get a picture of the Cullens today. Not much of the castle remains, but for me that's perfect. That's how it should be. No railings, no fees to get in, not owned by National Trust, and yeah, open for everyone to enjoy. I do like this spot. It's really something quite special. So I think we're going to have a cup of tea, we'll hang around here for a little while, just on the off chance that we get some light. But a cup of tea time, warm our fingers up. So when All Powers got in contact and said about the battery bank, and we said, oh, absolutely. Because we knew that coming up here in the winter was going to cause us problems staying off grid without power. So that so far has lasted us a good few weeks, but now it's depleted, so we need to charge it up somehow. So we may have to go to a campsite, guys, and we could do with doing some washing. Yeah, so we could do with a laundrette, we could do with a shower, we could probably do with a little bit of electricity to recharge the power station, and then that means we can get back out on the road again and stay in the wild. But we'll see if there's anything open. There is a new, similar to an Aire system here on Skye now, where there's a motorhome park up. It's right beside the main road. It doesn't look appealing. There's no nice sights there, as in there's no view. So I don't know what attracts people to it other than an official overnight parking space. But we'll see if we can get our power bank charged up, and then it'll keep us on the road for another few weeks, that's for sure, because solar is not happening today. You know, the average person will not be consuming the amount of electricity that we do, because we've got so much camera gear that we have to keep on top of, guys, and my laptop for editing and things like that. So yeah, that's why the power is so important. Yeah, we can still get by for a bit. The batteries are okay, 12.2 volts, but they'll get us through for a bit. But we'll certainly have to consider our power options. So when in Scotland, do what the Scots do to warm the insides. It's
porridge for breakfast.
Porridge time. So I've just been looking on Google Maps for some of the campsites, and on the way down to this particular location went past what looked like an Aire, almost in the middle of nowhere. Had electric hookup. I could see 2 motorhomes in there, so we're gonna have a look at that. It's £27.50 per night, plus you have to pay for your grey water disposal as well at £7.50, I think it is. So I get it, these popular places, they need to make an income, but there's better ways of doing it, I think. You know, 30 odd pound to stay somewhere for the night when you've bought your own bed. To me, I find that's a little bit expensive. I know these things need upkeep and manning and things like that, but that's a little bit too steep, I think. I don't know why they don't do it similar to France. Either if it's near a village, free, because you know you're going to get the income off the travellers as we pass through from the shops, definitely the petrol stations and things like that. I know it doesn't particularly all go to in this case, the island. Or do what they do on Harris. Find some of these locations, make sure that they're within a 4G signal area, and do £5 a night through PayPal. That I'd pay every single park up if you knew that it was official and it was going to the community. Otherwise we'll go into another private campsite somewhere, hopefully, just to charge up. I've just spotted a crisp packet on the floor in this lovely place. I'm going to go and get it.
Out of coincidence, we've been recently contacted by one of our channel members who has kindly asked us to remind folk who are visiting Scotland of their responsibilities to leave no trace behind and dispose of all of your litter. Many times myself and Tony have been appalled by the litter and human waste that we've seen up here in Scotland and on the islands. So please, if you're travelling in a van, motorhome, on a bike or in a car, please respect your surroundings and the people that live here.
Because it'll end up in the sea, and we don't want that to happen either. So I think we're going to finish our drinks. As you can see, we're not going to get the mountain view today, that's for sure. So we'll finish our drinks, and then I think we'll go for a little ride. Now there is the hairy lock that we've not managed to get a picture of before. Oh my god, there's no Seams. Just seen some midges. There's the hairy lock that we'd like to go and visit. Beside that is a really old church, and we did do that church before, And again, I'd like another picture of that. I don't know if today's the day, but the old abandoned church is a really interesting building, if you're into that kind of thing. Knowing that in the next week or so, inevitably we are going to have to charge our power bank and the numerous camera batteries that we use, we're going to take a quick look at the new motorhome park for future reference here on Skye. From time to time it all comes around, and no one knows the end. We're all building bridges slowly, tearing them down fast to start over. We're all trying to come over memories of the past and start over. The past can start over. Start over. That's the Aire that I was talking about earlier. There's a toilet and showers in there, as well as the post office and general store. But it's quite expensive, guys, at $27.50 a night for the hookup. And you book online. So just Google Skye Motorhome Park. And yeah, if you want to use it, it's there. Good for charging and things like that, I suppose, but it's still quite a bit of money. And it does say currently on the sign that there's no caravans, but there's one actually in the park at the moment. So because we're in the depths of winter, I don't think there'll be a problem with a caravan or two. Stay alive to prevent all the chaos, but happiness can't wait. just drove past this scene here in the background, and the way the light was catching the mountains in the rear there. Absolutely beautiful. So Claire's jumped straight out, she's taken an image, probably panoramic of all the mountains there with the light on them. A little bit of a haze, there's some cloud inversion, which is absolutely beautiful. And this is just on the side of a lay-by in a tiny little white cottage sitting down the bottom there. So again, the Isle of Skye is just beautiful for photography, but it's also lovely just to see some of these sites. Yeah. Get lost in the moment here quite easy. So be sure when you cross over from the Skye Bridge, turn left and have an explore down the south end of the island. We were talking to some folks down at the other spot we stayed, and we said, does it just become, you know, normal? Are you normalised to these views? And they said, yeah, we are. They take it for granted. But yeah, we certainly don't. So when we finished off here, we're going to head towards Broadford, which is a little village, and you can get provisions there. There's a co-op there and bits and pieces and toilets. So if you're on the island and you need a convenient stop for food or for the 3 Ps, remember the 3 Ps? P, provisions and poo. Then Broadford is a place there. Good evening. So we lost the battle with the weather today, but it's a lovely little drive. We're not gone too far. We're just down the bay by Dunscaith Castle, which is down on the other side of the lump in the background over there. I suppose about 40 minutes drive, and we've come up to this particular road. This is the road to Elgol, and Elgol was only a couple of miles down the road behind me here, but I don't know if you can remember last time, guys, if you're new to the channel, a few years back we took the road down to the bottom of Elgol. It's very, very, very steep. Because the roads are now icy and wet, there's no way we're going to give that a go in Freddie. There is parking at the top, but it's a hell of a walk down there. But maybe we'll try that tomorrow. We'll see what the weather's like. At the moment we've got extremely low cloud and mist, so we wouldn't see anything if we went down there tonight, that's for sure. But it's a lovely view over to the Cullins. So yeah, we're going to settle down here for tonight. Nothing else really to report today. We've not really seen any other points of interest. We're just loving living on Skye for the time that we've got here. Yeah, so diesel heater's on. Claire's making a cup of tea, and just got to decide on what to have for dinner.
I was looking for a campsite.
Any joy?
There are 2,
What,
possibly
open?
3 that are open.
Wow, I think that'll be better than that park up.
Well, I've seen the prices of some of them. Maybe not.
Oh no, why?
Well, one of them, although it's closed, but one of them I came across wanted £28 for a camper van, but it only included 1 adult. The other adult was a further £8 a night.
Come off it. Well, that's a bit of a mickey take. I suppose they know we're coming, don't they? I suppose because Skye is quite a touristy place that they're gonna charge quite a bit. But there you go, cup of tea time. Don't know what to do for dinner tonight. We're a bit sport for choice. We've been shopping.
So we were going to have quite, I was going to say healthy meal, but maybe that's not the case. But a hearty meal is what we were going to have. We were going to have duck and onion rings and potato, possibly vegetables. Really, you know, fairly good for you. However, we had... Tony's making a noise in the background, don't mind him.
Sorry. Master chef at work.
You do realise it looks like you're talking out your backside?
Yes.
Oh, good.
Something you normally do.
Shut up! So we were going to have a really hearty meal. However, we had porridge for breakfast and we had a couple of little sausage rolls for lunch. But everything got shifted along a bit, so now it's dinner time. We're not really hungry, and we're not ones for eating particularly late at night. So we've taken our hearty meal and we've decided we're going to have the onion rings. We are going to cook up beer battered onion rings with dips, and then if we're still peckish, we've got some crisps to continue with the dip. Oh dear.
Guys. Yeah, living the life, eh?
We are living the van life dream.
Yeah, yeah. No fruit. Right, tomorrow actually, that's what we need to
We've
do.
got cranberry juice.
Oh, we've got cranberry
We
juice.
can have a cranberry juice.
No, we'll put that on the side. We'll get because I've bought some bananas. We'll hang the bananas up. Maybe we'll get some tangerines, and then everyone will think, oh, let's change these for a few spices.
Yes, and some lentils.
Yeah, and some lentils.
And then we'll look like we're real van life people that know what we're doing and are fairly healthy. This is what we've got for dinner tonight. Oh well.
Oh well.
C'est la vie.
C'est la vie.
Whoa.
Onion and garlic dip. What have you got? Tarzan.
Tzatziki.
Tzatziki. Definitely healthy vegetables. So that's it for tonight, guys. We're about to crew in and get some sleep. So until the morrow, a good night.
Good night. Many thanks for watching. If you have enjoyed the video,
Please like, subscribe.
leave a comment and we'll get back to you. If you would like to support the channel, please consider buying us a coffee. And if you'd like access to our newsletter,
Our what 3 words park ups.
some photography locations, join the AVF memberships.
Full details of how to join can be found at buymeacoffee.com/AVFreddie
or follow the link in this video's description.
or on our other social media platforms. How's it all going in here? You warmed up yet?
Well, yes, but you just opened the door.
Oh, I need to get in.
You just let all the cold air in. All my warm air is gone.
All her warm air hasn't gone. Let me tell you that for nothing.